Hi everyone, this is Course 2, Lesson 10, Writing Division Answers as Mixed Numbers and Improper Fractions. So we're going to get right into this. One of the examples that you'll be asked, or one of the problems you'll be asked to solve, is what percent of the circle is shaded. So you know that the entire circle is 100%. So you have 100%, and it's been divided into 3 sectors. So we're going to divide 100% by 3. Now, when you do this, 3 times 3 is 9, and subtract, we get a 1 and a 0. And we'll repeat that process. At this point, we have a 1 left over. And in the past, you've written your answers like this. Okay? But we are not going to do that anymore. We will not use remainders. Like with the R. Not going to do that anymore. What we are going to do is write this leftover as a portion of our divisors. So it's 33, and 1 out of 3. And then remember, this was percent, so it's percent. So you take this left over, and that becomes the numerator, and your divisor becomes your denominator. Okay, now another type of problem will be draw and shade circles to illustrate that 5/3 equals 1 2/3. So this is an improper fraction, and this is the mixed number. So you're going to draw a circle that is cut into thirds, and I know that by my denominator. And so I need 5 of those shaded in. So here are 3. So I know I'll need another circle. Okay, and I'm going to switch colors so I can show you that if I color 5 of these in, I have 1 here, 1 here, that's 3, and I have 4 and 5. And if you look at that, you have 5/3, but you also have 1 whole and 2 out of the 3 pieces shaded in. So that's how you illustrate that 5/3 equals 1 2/3. Improper fractions, that's vocabulary. Those are fractions where the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. So we have some that would simplify to whole numbers, like 4 out of 4. That would equal 1. You could have 8 over 2, and that would equal, if you divided 8 by 2, you'd get 4. So those are equal to whole numbers. Okay, but this one, the numerator is the same as the denominator, and here you have the numerator is different, but it's greater than the denominator. We also have other fractions like 7/2 or 12/5. Those would be ones that will simplify into mixed numbers. And we already did this, so we don't have to worry about that. Next page, we have converting improper fractions to mixed numbers or whole numbers. Okay, so we talked about back here that improper fractions are going to be fractions where the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. And so that's what we're going to start with, and we're going to make them into the mixed numbers and the whole numbers. And the way we're going to do that is to divide them. So if we have 5/3, the 3 goes on the outside of the box, and we're going to see how many times that 3 will go into that 5. And that would be 1, and 1 times 3 is 3. We have 2 left over, and at this point, that becomes your numerator, remember, and the 3 becomes your denominator. So 5/3 is the same as 1 2/3. And 3 goes into 6, that would be a whole number, that's just a 2. Rewriting 3 7/5 with a proper fraction is a different type of problem. Sometimes through addition or subtraction, multiplication, division problems, you're going to end up where you have a mixed number, but the fraction part is improper. So we have to fix that. So we know that we can divide that. So 5 will go into 7 how many times? Go in there 1 time. And we have 2 left over. So we have 2/5. So we have 1 and 2/5. But remember, we had this 3, so this is really plus a 3. So we're going to take the whole numbers, the 1 that we got when we divided, and the 3 that we already had from the original number. We're going to add those. So 3 plus 1 is 4. And then we have these 2/5 that go here. So 3 and 7/5 written with a proper fraction is 4 and 2/5. Last slide for you. We're going to write each mixed number as an improper fraction. So we were working with improper fractions, making them mixed numbers, and now we have to work back. I'm going to show you 2 different methods. One is more efficient than the other, but either will work. So remember when we made those circles and we showed that the mixed number and the fraction, improper fraction, were the same or equivalent? We divided those circles into whatever our denominator said. So we know that a whole circle would be 3/3. That'd be 1. And then we'd have 3/3 for our second circle, and another 3/3 for our third circle. And then we have the 1/3 that was there. And we're going to add all of these fractions together. So we just made 3 be 3/3, 3/3, 3/3, 1, 1, 1. And remember, when you're adding fractions, you add the numerators. So 3, 6, 9, 10. And your denominator stays the same. So 3 and 1/3 is equivalent to 10/3. The other way to do this problem would be to take your denominator times your whole number. 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 3 times 3 is 9. And then we're going to add that product with the 1. So we're going to add 1. And that will give us a total of 10. And we always keep the denominator over here. So our fraction is 10/3. Now I'm going to illustrate this method on these 2 fractions. So we would take the 4 times the 2, and that gives us 8. So we multiply here. And then to that we're going to add the numerator plus 3. That will give us 11. And then we keep that denominator, which I'll do in red. That denominator goes here. So our answer would be 11/4. Okay, if you want to pause the video here, try this one on your own, and then press play to see if you get it right. Again, we're going to multiply. 2 times 12 would be 24. Plus the 1. I apologize, I really should have used the same color the whole time for each of these steps. That would have made it a little easier for you to follow. That will equal 25. We're going to take that denominator and keep it 25/2. So there you have it, making improper fractions into mixed numbers and mixed numbers into improper fractions. Please let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I'll see you in class.